Yo, can y'all hear me? Finally got a piece of the pie. Yeah, we're moving on up. Yo. Yo, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I don't know who's in here. Hold up. Let me move this out of the way. I am not sure who's in here. My face unfortunately can't be on screen right now. Uh, let me see. 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 I'm about to get the Discord homies up in here. That's the move. That's the move right there. Discord homies. Discord homies. Discord homies. All right. Tell these niggas like, hey, join voice chat. Join the Discord. We hanging out tonight. We hanging out tonight, Discord. Shit, the two people watching might be in the Discord. Or maybe they count me as one of the people watching. I don't know how that works. Discord. Finally got a piece of the pie. Yeah, we're moving on up. Yeah, we're moving on up to east side. Yo, I can't tell who all in here. Is there anybody in here? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Man, I think we gotta go to like. I think we gotta go to Twitch. We gotta go to Twitch so we can watch matches or something. So we can. I hate that I do this so late. Yo, who just joined?
Forgot what my name in the server is. Cesoto 96.
Oh, what's up with you, bro?
Hey, what up? Not much. How about yourself, brother?
I can't complain. Do me a favor real quick because actually I'm gonna do it myself. Hold up, hold up. I need to see if it's echoing.
Oh, my bad. It might be my audio because I'm like at my job, so
Oh
just
nah,
kind
cause
of makes a little thing.
I'm saying nah, you good. I'm saying because I got my like my studio mic on and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got the Discord mic on, so I want to make sure both ain't like overlapping.
I got you, Chief.
Where you work at, man? If you don't mind me asking, what you do for work?
Uh, I'm right now I'm doing I work for a company that at a sand mine. So it's like it's called I'm a dredge operator, which basically is like a big ass boat that sucks up sand, and that sand we send to a processing plant, and uh, and make it into cement.
I ain't gonna lie. Sound like you making the big bucks, big dog.
And it's okay money.
It's alright
Like
money.
for yeah, it's okay money for what we do. You know, it's like a lot of the time it's like I work like 12-hour shifts and like
Word.
basically like 48 hours in the week, 8 hours overtime. So for that long hours, it's like pretty easy work. It ain't like heavy lifting or anything. Just running the equipment, making sure production's up. That's it.
Yeah, it ain't like is it overworking you type deal or
Nah, nah,
nah?
nah. If you like
Cool,
staying up,
cool, cool,
like
cool,
for
cool, cool,
me,
cool.
yeah, like for me, night shift. I love night shift. Like nobody fucks with me. I keep to myself, do my job. Nobody comes in, like goes gets in my boat, like looks at what I'm doing, and like they don't really care what you do as long as like you're doing your like work. So you could bring your Xbox or like your computer or something and just bullshit up as long as you do like the numbers are good.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Shit, I might have to. You don't know. I might have to rethink my career. You bringing the Xbox to work? Jeez.
Yeah, it sounds yeah, it sounds crazy, right? But I mean, it's because like it's crazy hours. Like you're gonna be up from like from 5 to 5, like
Right.
5 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Damn. So when you get to
Yeah.
like, when do you get to? I know you be in the chat talking about wrestling. When do you get to watch wrestling?
Oh, when I'm at work, dude.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense
Yeah,
actually.
cause like yeah, so like fucking like I'll sit here like usually I never watch WWE or AEW the day it airs. I usually watch it the next day.
So
So
yeah, we be
because
on the same. We be on the
yeah,
same thing. Let me make sure
yeah, so
none of
like
my. What were you saying? My bad.
yeah. No, so like usually like I'll watch it the next day, and usually like and it since it doesn't line up like the airing doesn't line up with my schedule. I don't have cable. I usually watch everything on like
YouTube.
Hulu
Uh,
or Spectrum and stuff like that. So I catch it on there, watch it like while I'm at work, and then when I finish watching it, I'll say something about it.
Word. Hey, KC, I know you in the stream and in the Discord. Get your ass in here, bro.
Shit.
We're hard at too. He be talking all that. all that spicy stuff, and now he ain't it.
Yeah, well, I think he said he was gonna go to bed soon.
Ah, this dude.
We was talking about music for a minute, and then he was like saying something about like going to bed.
Oh yeah, that music chat popping. Okay.
Yeah,
Look, y'all even talk about wrestling in there. Y'all crazy.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It's a great time to be a fan of wrestling now.
You think
Really
so?
interesting. Oh yeah, 100%. See, I started watching wrestling like during the pandemic. To be honest.
For real? Like you wasn't watching it before?
Oh, what was it? Shit. So I remember I used to watch it a lot back in middle school. So back when I was a kid, like around 2010, 11, 12, back when like Legacy, that was a big deal for me.
Legacy?
CM Punk, yeah, Legacy was a big deal
Oh,
for
okay.
me. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, Randy Orton. I used to hate CM Punk's guts when because he's the one because back then I used to believe in kayfabe because I didn't know anything about like if it was real or not, right?
Right, right.
So there was like this steel cage match between Jeff Hardy and CM
Yep,
Punk
yep. I
and
know what you're
whoever.
talking about, man.
And like if Jeff Hardy loses, then he has to leave the WWE. I really believe, like without knowing anything, that was all CM Punk's fault because he won the match. I was like, oh dude, what the heck? I hated CM Punk ever since then.
I know how you feel, bro. I know how you feel. I remember the first
Yeah,
time I seen CM Punk. It was actually like it was SmackDown versus Raw 2008. I didn't know I didn't know who CM Punk was until like I was just excited to play with Jeff Hardy for the first time because that was his first
yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah,
So like I'm geeking to get Jeff Hardy. My cousin's geeking to get CM Punk. So that was the first time I
yeah,
seen him. Then like he won the Money in the Bank, and then he won it again, and
yeah,
then he turned heel against Jeff Hardy, and I just remember Jeff Hardy
yeah,
disappearing from WWE. Then it turns out this motherfucker
yeah,
got him out of there. Like I remember that.
yeah. It was crazy because at that time Jeff Hardy was like a WWE champion too, and I think he lost it to CM Punk, right?
Yeah,
I ain't
the
100%
World
on that.
Heavyweight Championship. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He lost. Yeah, because at the time, like Jeff Hardy was really hot. That was crazy. That's why
So
I was like, because he was really hot. He just came off the run, big run, and all that. The big feud with his brother.
so was you watching during like the pipe bomb around that time?
Nah, I missed that.
Wow.
I missed that.
You missed it. So
Yeah. So like, yeah.
what made you stop watching it then? If you can hear me.
I think where I stopped was like when the Nexus became a thing. Like they became a big, like faction that just jumped into
Oh,
the Raw one night and they just attacked Cena. And I was like, what the heck? I thought they all left something because like that whole thing was like like they pick like one guy if he makes it through the whole thing and then he becomes part of the main roster or
yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I thought they all left, but then they all ended up being a part of Nexus. Like I was like, what? This don't make no sense. But around that time, I was moving. So I was moving. I used to live in Virginia, and I ended up moving to Florida. And around that time, it was just like to move to another state, and then like to miss an episode, and then like you're like, oh, what did I miss? And then after that, it just kind of like
Snowball.
I couldn't catch up. Yeah, I couldn't catch up. So I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna take a break. But then ended up watching. Crazy thing is, around that time is when I started watching like a TNA, like back when TNA. And that's when I saw Jeff Hardy, and I was like, oh shit, Jeff Hardy's here. RVD, Kurt Angle, and all them. So I was like, I'm gonna watch them instead.
You know what's crazy? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think because me and my cousin, we were just flipping through channels or something, and we seen Jeff Hardy, and then it was also like Hulk Hogan came the same episode.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan came around. Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
Was it the
So the
same
way the
episode they
the
both
way I
debuted?
remember, yeah, the way I remember the debut is like there was like this big ass cage. It was a weird looking cage. It looked like a monkey bar cage, or what? It looked like the monkey bars that
Yeah,
little
yeah,
kids
yeah,
climb in the
yeah, yeah. I
playground.
know what you're talking about.
So I remember they had like a thing going on. They finished the match, and then Jeff Hardy came out and like he was like, debut. Oh shit, Jeff Hardy's here. And then I remember Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. They both came out like that same episode. I do remember that
So that's
because it was
crazy.
around that time that AJ Styles turned heel too.
Yeah, well, cause correct me
Because
if
it was
I'm
with Ric
wrong.
Flair.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't wasn't that the same episode where AJ Styles and Kurt Angle had a match, and
Yeah,
it was
same
like a
match.
it was like a
They did.
5-star classic, and then like Hulk Hogan came out and like was clapping for him or something like that. Like,
Oh shit. Was it
bro,
that? I remember the match, but I don't remember like how good it was. I just remember
oh,
it was
it
just
was
like it was just
great,
like
man. Like, it was great.
I remember the match. And I know exactly what you're talking about too. Wow, that's crazy.
Man, TNA. I ain't gonna lie, TNA was up there, bro. Like I didn't know
TNA
people
was
didn't like it.
cooking at that time.
I ain't know people
I didn't
didn't
know
like it.
nobody liked it either. Yeah, I didn't know they were. I didn't like. I didn't know people didn't like it either.
When
That's
did you?
crazy.
When do you think you like? Did you ever stop watching TNA or it just?
Oh, eventually, yeah, I did because at some point I think it got kind of harder to because for me to watch TNA, you had to get up at like 6 in the morning just to watch an episode of TNA.
Where you
So it
from?
wouldn't even air that. I was in Florida. I was in Florida. I was watching it on Spike TV.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I ain't gonna get up that early just to watch TNA. And it aired on weird days. It sometimes air on Tuesdays or air on Thursdays.
Okay. So somebody in the chat said, did you see how damn near every segment last night had a CM Punk reference? I
Oh, I haven't watched Raw yet,
Oh
but
no, he talking about
yeah.
Dynamite.
Oh, okay.
So apparently, there was about 4 I can remember off the top of my head. I feel like at least 2 of them are stretching a bit. The one where one of them for sure is a CM Punk reference. The one where Kenny Omega calls out the Young Bucks and he says something like they're childish or something like that, to put it kindly.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and then the Young Bucks said, well, that's not the first time I said it. It was like such a forced little jab. It was like super petty and super like Young Bucks. Like, I don't know what it is about them guys. I just don't like them. But yeah, so
Yeah.
they actually forced the CM Punk reference, and then the MJF one was kind of like, he just said he was the real world champion, and
Mm,
what was the other
yeah.
one? The glass. So
Oh, the glass thing.
yeah,
I
so
think,
people think
to be
that was a
honest with
CM
you,
Punk reference.
I don't think the glass thing was a CM Punk reference. I think they just did that spot just to like
Yeah,
they're getting their ass beat.
cause it's like
People kind of blow it out of proportion.
literally
Yeah.
every time glass is brought up now, people think it's a CM Punk reference.
Yeah. I can see that. I just hope my only thing is I hope that the devil is not Jack Perry because I think that would be the stupidest. It'd just be stupid.
Yeah, it will fall a bit flat. I think
It'll fall flat. Yeah, there you go. That's the perfect way to say
I
it. It'll
think
fall flat.
honestly though, Jack Perry needs it, but the fans don't want it. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
I could see that. Yeah.
I think like when Jack Perry comes back, he'll be like super over for about a week or two. It'll be like a surprise to see
Yeah,
him, but then
yeah,
it hits you. It's just like, okay, it's Jack Perry. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
I
when
mean,
Coke, people forget this. When Cole Cabana came back to face Chris Jericho, when CM like after Brawl Out, it was like he got such a big pop, but then after 30 seconds in the match, people was like, okay, what? Like, why is he on my
that
screen?
was so petty. That was so. I saw
Super
that as
petty.
petty.
Super petty.
Like they even Jericho tried to justify it by saying he was a Ring of World champion. Yeah, he was a Ring of Honor tag team champion. He wasn't no like TV champion. He wasn't like the main title belt or anything. He was a tag team belt holder.
I've been listening
That's
to
like,
like the Jim Cornette because you know he basically reviews everything that happens. I was just like
yeah,
going back down that timeline of like the fallout of Brawlout, and man, you know it's crazy how they did CM Punk, bro. It is so crazy how they did CM Punk. Like, all right, I get it, he messed up, but to act like to do with the stuff that they did, like you know how Ace Steel, you know who Ace Steel is, right?
hmm,
So his
yeah.
wife apparently was in the locker room where the fight happened, and in this investigation, she was the only person who didn't get talked to. So,
I didn't know that.
so the one person who didn't throw fist in a I might have to rename this stream a CM Punk stream or something. The one person in the locker room who see the whole thing go down that didn't throw a fist a punch didn't get interviewed for the investigation. Like that makes no sense to me.
That's wild.
Yeah, and apparently some lady, she's like a lawyer or something like that. Her name's Mega, which is crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
Mega,
talking
yeah, Mega.
about?
Yeah, yeah. I know the lawyer. She works with Tony Khan, and also like she's so her thing is a lot of she doesn't just work with AEW. She also helps manage like with the Jaguars and all the other
Oh, really?
teams that Tony Khan has. So she's been around with him for a while. Day one person.
Right. That I didn't know that. Yeah, so it's I think what happened, she was like right there behind them as they were walking into the
Yeah.
it's it was the whole thing was shady, man. The whole ordeal, like they did CM
Well,
Punk so dirty, bro.
well, see the thing is like I got you know I can't just choose one side when I don't know the story, you know. So I mean, first of all, we don't know how it went down. There's a lot of people that say that the Bucks kicked the door or whatever, they opened the door. But obviously, if Punk is come like this is me being a grown ass man, you know, like obviously if a man is like saying like yo whoever come like you basically laid it out right there saying like if you got a problem with me or whatever, fucking like we can settle this out in the back, you know.
Right, right.
I'm used to that and kind of shit, you know. So like obviously the man just came off like really heated. He laid out everything. You know, he's obviously pissed off and not in a good mood. You would think that like if you're obviously the Bucks were listening to what he was saying because if he wasn't if they weren't listening to what he was saying they wouldn't have been offended or bothered to even come to his locker
Right.
that same night, right? So obviously, if this guy's heated, he just finished a match. You know, he got that adrenaline rushing. You know, because obviously he was in a match. He was in a fucking match. So, do you think that would be the best case to go into his locker room, come in, and like, like when he just laid it out right and then and there? No, like, like whoever they came in is gonna set the tone for the room.
I just yeah, I think when you however you come at them, however you like going into somebody's locker room is too far. Going into somebody's like don't get me wrong, CM Punk went way too far. He shouldn't have did what he did.
Yeah.
We all know that. We all like what's understood don't need to be said. The media scrum was bad on his part. We all know that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
No doubt, no doubt. He should.
the thing is, he also said, "I walk up and down these halls, not my locker room, not where my best friend's wife is right now, not where my dog is." You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a problem with me, don't mean come to like if I say if you got a problem with me, come talk to me. That don't mean come to my
Yeah.
house. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that don't
Yeah.
mean like even then on top of that, you're the EVPs. I get it. I'm the biggest star here. I get it. I'm I'm the biggest star here. I'm the biggest draw. I have the most experience here. I understand that, I understand that he's supposed to know better and, lead by example. But they're the EVPs.
Yeah.
There are the EVPs.
Yeah.
They've been here since day one.
Yeah,
My
for
nails
real. Like I get
look.
it. Like I know where CM Punk's coming from in the sense that there's people talking shit behind his back or saying shit in the media that ain't true. In that sense. But to lay all that out, like air out your shit in public for the people, like, and it's like to those people, like that those are to me like wrestle news sites and all them. They're kind of like bottom feeders. They feed off that shit. So just
But
lay
you know
that
what's
out
crazy though?
for them. What's up?
So like the whole thing was about Cocabana, and I remember when that whole thing came out that Cocabana was suing CM Punk. I was just like, bro, like CM Punk is just a bad person. Like, why wouldn't you like? Why would Cocabana need to sue you for like whatever? And I just let it go for like 8 years or however long ago he was getting sued by Cocabana because he never defended himself. He never explained why he was getting, you know, why he was getting sued by Cocabana. He just let it go
Yo,
for all these years, and then just that one night, he knew he was injured. He just came back from an injury. He got injured again. He was just in a bad spot mentally, and
yo,
not
yo.
to not to make any excuses for it, but I'm just saying like I understand it. I understand it. I didn't like it. I wish it didn't happen. I wish it didn't happen for sure,
But
but I
But I
understand it.
see, but that's my thing is like that whole situation was kind of weird because like it's not like Colt Cabana was being featured on TV. Like,
Right.
can you name at the top of your head like a Colt Cabana match that stands out on AEW Dynamite?
I wanted
No,
to
right? Most
ask,
of
is
the time
that
that
him? Is he Evil Uno?
no, Evil Uno is another dude.
I always thought Evil Uno was Cocabana for some reason.
No,
Yeah.
Evil Uno is some other dude, and he's another dude.
Who just joined? Oh, what's up, Jamie?
Jim Cornette talked about him a couple times. I think he actually met him. I don't know, but nah, it's a different dude. But and either way, like whenever they're like doing like whenever they're all together, you see like Coco Ben in the back and Evil Uno talking sometimes. Back
It
then, I don't know about now.
yeah, that Chris Jericho match told me everything I need to know. He's not a
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not a
but
com-
that
he's not a commodity. When
yeah,
you see Cocabana, you think CM Punk. Like he adds
yeah,
nothing to the show. I'm sorry, he just doesn't.
and it's yeah, and they only brought him for that one match, and then that's it. Like they never used him again, which is kind of weird.
Casey, get your ass in the voice chat, bro. Why are you in the YouTube chat and not the damn whatever, man? Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Cocabana, I think, like I said, when you think of Cocabana, you think of CM Punk. So it's like CM Punk said it himself. Like the two main people, people who've made the most money off CM Punk's name is Vince McMahon and Cocabana. So
Yeah, that's crazy because honestly, I didn't even know anything about Cocabana until I heard about this whole situation that's been happening with them.
yeah. So you didn't even. So I'm guessing you weren't a fan of wrestling, or you wasn't watching wrestling like when CM Punk first quit.
No.
No. Okay.
So when CM Punk, so the whole situation that happened with the WWE, I didn't even know. I didn't
Yeah.
even know he. I always thought that he just left and because he got tired or something. I don't know. I never really. Uh, the way I got, yeah, I didn't watch wrestling for like a long time. I just started getting back into it like during the pandemic.
Yeah. I think. Like I remember reading. I remember where I was when I read the notification that he quit. It was from What Culture, I believe. I think I got the notification from What Culture, and it just like it was just like damn, like that's weird because like 3 years earlier, that's when the whole pipe bomb thing happened, and it was like, is this real? Like it just I ain't never felt anything like that before. Like I wasn't alive when Stone Cold quit. I was alive, but I wasn't like I didn't know what was going on. I was like 2 years old when he quit. Um, yeah, and then like it was just I don't know. I don't know. It was so weird.
Yes, yeah. For me, the era of CM Punk for me. was that like the all I'm aware of was the Straight Edge Society, long hair, CM Punk. That was my era of like watching him. And then after that, I didn't know anything about him. But like, I always like getting back into wrestling from like the pandemic. I always heard like, oh dang, CM Punk was like this really, like I was like CM Punk, really? And then I remember I looked up the Pipe Bomb, which was so talked about, and I watched it. I was like, oh, this is some good stuff.
So that was
And
the
then after
first
that, I
time you
never
seen a
really,
pipe bomb.
yeah, it was the first time I ever seen a Pipe Bomb. And then after
Wow.
that, I think the high. Then I started to really buy. So as a brand new fan to like to everything, and I just started watching AEW around the pandemic time too. I think the first AEW show I ever watched was the one where Cody Rhodes was fighting Shaq in a match with Jade Cargill and the other chick.
What up,
And
Jamie?
when I saw that, when I saw that match, I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy!" They used the table on free TV. I was like, what set the tone for me? I was like, "Wow, this is different," because you would never see like a table spot on a regular WWE match.
I
So I
mean,
was
it would
like,
be like
so the
once
automatic,
every 6 months. Like
yeah,
it'd
exactly,
be
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
rare.
Pretty rare, pretty rare. Yeah, pretty rare, right? So like automatically in my head, like like I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna start watching AEW. They're doing stuff that's different, but like obviously over time they started doing that stuff too much, and it just got like it just became like a table spot, really, That's how it
What
felt like, and
What do
that's
you think it is, man? Do you think AEW's getting? Are you watching it still? Like I'm assuming you're still watching wrestling.
oh yeah. So uh yeah, I watch more. I like WWE. I'll watch some of their. I'll go in watch like a Cody Rhodes segment, a Judgment Day segment, Bloodline segment, LA
Right.
Knight. I'll watch their matches or whatever if they're featured in
Yeah,
or
because on
whatnot, right?
YouTube you could just pick what you want to watch, like, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I have Hulu, so I can just go
Right,
in and
right,
watch,
right,
like,
right, right,
fast
right.
forward and watch the match, right? So I'll because for me, like, I like WWE, but sometimes the pacing and everything on it is so slow, so
Mhm.
it's kind of hard to like sometimes like just you know sometimes the matches are kind of like long, and you're like, oh, all right, because they're trying to draw it out because it's a 3 hour, 2 hour program, so it's like, all right. But with AEW, I'm not saying AEW is better than WWE by no means, because AEW it has its high points and it's like it doesn't even have a low point. It has like a low ass point, like to the where like it's like, why are they doing this? It's so weird.
You talking about
It's really
AEW
weird.
or WWE?
Yeah, AEW. Like they'll have like a good segment and then they'll have like a really bad segment, right? But at least with AEW, it's faster paced. Everything happens quicker, so I can at least like get into it and be like, okay, we're going to the next segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. But anyways, so the first time I ever saw CM Punk, like back as like where I became a fan, was the first episode of Rampage, the Homecoming.
Uh huh.
That was like I was like, wow, this dude just cut like I believed every word he said. It was crazy.
Bro, I'm not
Like
gonna
I could
lie,
believe the emotion.
bro. Like I literally the you missed a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. From 2011, I don't know if you ever went back and watched them all, but
Nah,
from 2011 CM Punk to like 20 until he like lost the title, and even then he went through this phase where he was like, oh damn, somebody left. He went through this phase after after he lost the title. He
yo,
was like Logan. You ever seen the Logan the movie, like Wolverine?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He was like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He had the little beard thing.
Yeah, he had the beard going on, and you could just tell like he was physically exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Like you could
Yeah,
tell he was out of it, but he was giving what he could. But
yeah,
from summer, from like 2011 to 20 to Royal Rumble, not even Royal Rumble, from like Money in the Bank 2011 to WrestleMania 29, that is like some of the best character work I've seen. Like that is some of the best character work ever. Like you gotta like I don't know if you got access to a pen or some notes or something, but You gotta watch the John Laurinaitis promo. You gotta watch the Rock promo. He killed the Rock on the mic. He absolutely murdered the Rock.
Oh, it was. Oh, I did see the John Cena versus Rock promo. That shit was pretty. That shit was pretty. That looked like that was pretty savage.
Yeah, that was probably the most I was into wrestling like ever in my life, because I could actually watch it for some reason. Like I was able to watch it. But yeah, man, you missed CM Punk's prime. I mean, if you started watching in 2010, that mean you. Oh no, when did you start? When did you start watching wrestling?
Started watching it when Triple H was feuding with Legacy around that time.
Oh, yeah, that means you missed Jeff Hardy's prime too.
Yeah, like I started feuding with Legacy, and then Jeff Hardy. They start giving him like a crazy ass push. He just finished feuding with his brother. He won the belt, and he's like, and he all that stuff around that time. That's where I started watching it. But I mean, when CM Punk was on AEW, like the first match that he did with Darby Allin, I was automatically hooked. I was like, all right, I'm a fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he did like that once.
CM Punk was like what you like about WWE and what you like about AEW. You know what I'm saying? He can do the AEW style and the WWE style. You know, I think that's
he made everything work.
Yeah, he made everything work. Like they said it best. Like Brian Last, he said it best. CM Punk batted 1,000. He did. His AEW run, other than the outside nonsense, was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah, face paint.
Yeah, that
face paint. Jeff Hardy is elite.
Yeah, that dude. Like, I don't think I ever seen a bad CM Punk match on AEW. Like even with like the most like. All right, so I'm a big. So ever since watching AEW, I'm a big Penta fan, right?
You like
Obviously,
Penta?
I'm a big Penta. Yeah, I like, but I'm gonna get there. So I'm a big Penta fan, right? But here's the thing, I know he's a big spot guy, and he can't really wrestle like a normal match. I know that, but to me, I can see no wrong for him. Like, but he's a big spot guy, and he can't really wrestle a normal match and whatever. I was like, all right, I know he's like basically the Young Bucks, essentially.
Yeah.
Right. They can only wrestle one kind of match. So but for me, I like the guy's gimmick. I like how the fans they get him and all that stuff. And me being like a big Mexican and stuff like that, that's like I'm like, all right, I dig him. Like but like that one match when he wrestled CM Punk, I was like, dude, he made Penta look like $1,000,000. It was crazy.
He did wrestle like, Penta, didn't he?
Punk, he did.
I forgot about that.
Back when. Yeah, it was like when Penta was Penta Oscuro for like a few minutes or whatever, and it was like when he was first feuding with the House of Black around that time, and like he made Penta look like $1,000,000, and like he even botched this one spot and he made it look like he actually hurt himself, and then he went back into the match. I was like, dude, that's crazy. Like most of the people don't even like get that. Where like sometimes if they botch a spot, I gotta go do it all over again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like he made it organic. Crazy.
Yeah, I think I might be tripping if we're talking about the same person, because it sounds fucked up, but they kind of like all kind of fall in the same boat to me.
Yeah.
But I think he just had a match with Swerve. He just had a match with Swerve, and I didn't like it at all.
Oh, that. I mean, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Like, I saw most of the matches that Penta does, I really don't like. Like the Jay White match was flat, and the other match with like Samoa Joe that happened on Collision like a while back during the tournament thing, when for the Heart thing, like Penta pulled out like a table for no reason, and then did it and it was just for a spot. So I was like, okay. But, I still like him just because I do. It's not like I know he's a great wrestler or anything. I just like the dude. That's it.
Did they say, like, do they announce that it's no disqualification or something? Or just this table is not count?
that's the thing. That's what bothers me. It's weird because like, so it's been happening a lot recently. Like whenever a champion, I noticed that they bring out the tables every time they're doing something for the belt, like like for the All Atlantic belt or for the Ring of Honor TV Championship or the Kenny Omega and MJF match. Like that match was perfect. You know, it was for the belt, the streak, whatever. It was great. And then all of a sudden you see Kenny bust out a table, and I'm like, dude, really? Like, I didn't even hear a no disqualification or anything. Why are you
Right,
busting out the
right.
table for?
Yeah, it's like,
Like
and
even for
then
the yeah.
what was you saying? My bad.
I was just gonna say, like even then, like the MJF versus Samoa Joe, like they didn't even say no disqualification or anything, and he still busted out a table, like and like took off the mat and everything
I hated
just to
that
do that.
match,
And I'm like,
bro.
like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you know that Samoa Joe and MJF can have a match in the ring, a really good match, and you know Kenny Omega and MJF, they could potentially have like a really good match, but it's like they gotta just it's like they just gotta do like some sort of like weird thing to kind of mess it up. Kind of,
It's
I don't
like
know what it is. It's like
it's like they try to have
yeah,
like a OMG moment every match. It's just, how about you have a good match? How about you just have a good match? And
yeah, yeah,
I think it's like
yeah,
it's something they just lean on too much, and they don't need to. Like, I don't like the whole story
yeah,
of that match was MJF has a bad neck, and then he takes a muscle
yeah,
buster, and like he took so many, like he's turning into Super
yeah.
Cena. Like growing up, I used to defend John Cena so much, and now you got MJF doing the same thing John Cena's doing. John Cena used to do, and everybody's okay with it. Like I don't get it. Like
See,
that's
but you
that.
can't compare Cena to MJF. Like, yeah, right now MJF is hot, but at that time, Cena was like Hulk Hogan hot. Like that dude, like he could
Well,
get hit really
I'm
hard
saying
too.
in
Like you could
terms
see
of
the
taking
pain
a
in his
lot of
face.
damage and still winning.
Oh well, yeah, for sure. But like Cena was like Hulk Hogan. You know, I mean,
Super
he
Cena.
was
Like
super crazy. Like it was like the fans were like crazy for Cena. Like
I
even like when he was like teasing, like he did the whole heel thing, like he's like saying like click his heels and shit. And he's saying
mhm.
that he's not gonna turn heel. Like he was still over.
I think, man, if MJF goes to WWE, he can be really
Oof.
big, bro. He is
Oh,
so good, bro. He's a great promo when he really wants to be. He's a great in-ring worker. He's athletic. He's what, like 27 years old? Oh my god.
yeah,
I bet
yeah. The dude.
WWE
Well,
is
I mean,
ready to offer everything to him.
yeah. Well, I mean, you got to remember that the WWE they also have Cody Rhodes there, and you know Cody Rhodes and MJF they're buddies, so he's
Ooh,
gonna
I
sweeten.
bet
You know, he's gonna obviously yeah they're gonna sweeten the pot.
if MJF isn't signed already, which some people think he is.
The one that kind
Sorry.
of surprised me, honestly, was Jade Cargill. I didn't expect her to jump ship.
You
I
didn't
was
expect it.
surprised. No, not at all.
Do you think CM Punk had anything to do with that?
You know what? No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't because well, you got. I always thought like CM Punk always had like kind of like resentment towards the WWE. I don't know. I really don't know. It could
No,
be.
I
I
mean,
mean, maybe I think Danielson maybe probably had something to do because Jade Cargill also like trained a lot with Danielson too.
but do you think I'm saying, because I remember she's always spoke like she's always spoke glowingly of CM Punk. She's always like made sure he got his flowers and all this and that. So when I
Oh
was
yeah,
thinking like when he got fired, she was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving." Like, cause
but but
as bad as the men's locker room is, the women's locker room in AEW was awful in terms of backstage politics.
but if that was the case, then the FTR should have left a long time ago because FTR, remember, they signed a deal with the AEW during the time that there was beef between AEW and Punk. And
That's
like
true.
FTR, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, who
But
else?
wasn't that
Uh,
also Wasn't that also when like Vince McMahon was making his way back in the WWE though?
Yeah, that's true. But I know. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I know, like, well, I guess. Well, I also know that FTR. They another reason for them not signing with the, I guess, like not like leaving AEW was also the fact that they kind of had beef with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. So that could be that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, they're like that's the thing. This is the thing that always bothers me about AEW is like the fact that like they could have. I'll be honest with you. I really think that AEW could probably beat WWE in the ratings because look, they got a stacked roster full of like the best talents that you could ever want. They got FTR, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Mm-hmm.
They got but the acclaim, they get over with the fans. They got Kenny Omega, he's super over. They got like who else? Man,
I I
I'm
think
trying to think of who else. House of Black for sure. Andrade, they got like a whole. They have like a whole roster of like big names. They got Adam Copeland too, obviously,
the
and they got
problem
like
is though
Samoa Joe.
the problem is though if you brought
Is
any
the
of
fucking
those
booking.
names up to just a random person
Yeah,
on the street, like if you ask 10 people who they are, maybe like 4 people would know them. You know what I mean? Like Adam Copeland, dude, this gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. A lot of people don't know who Adam Copeland is. They know who Edge is. They know who Edge
yeah,
is. They don't know who the fuck Adam Copeland is. So like even when Edge was doing like acting, it would say
yeah,
WWE superstar Edge. It wouldn't say Adam Copeland. Like so a lot of people don't know who he is. And like I just seen this earlier on Twitter. Bro, you know CM Punk has like twice as many followers on Twitter as AEW the company.
that is crazy. I didn't
Like
know that, but
cuz it's
I'm
not
just saying
just
that like
the fact that CM
yeah,
Punk was on WWE. He was on he was on Talking Dead. He was in UFC. He did comics. He did movies. He did shows. Like
oh yeah,
CM Punk was
yeah, yeah,
everywhere. And I know I'll
yeah.
get
He
back to
also
the
did like a
what else
yeah,
did
yeah,
he
yeah.
do?
He also did like a he also did like a shit ton of movies on Stars,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like a bunch of movies.
But
Yeah.
I don't think
So
the problem with AEW is like well, first of all, if MJF leaves, they're done. They're done. It's over. Um,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they'll never be like bankrupt or anything like that because Tony Khan is an
yeah.
ATM
Tony Khan
machine.
has a
But genuinely, Kenny Omega doesn't have much time left. Like he can only do so much. Um, the Young Bucks, they could, like you said, they can only work one style of wrestling that doesn't intrigue a lot of people. They don't, they don't like, like growing up. I used to always hear about the Young Bucks and how they're the greatest tag team and all of this and that, but those were about like diehard wrestling fans. The random, like the people on the street don't know who Young Bucks are. Video gamers might know who Kenny Omega is. They're
yeah.
just not
That's the
they're just not
that's the
names
thing
that
though.
people know. I don't think AEW
That
will ever beat WWE in ratings. I don't think they ever
yeah,
will.
but that's the craziest thing too. Is the fact that to me, when I look at Kenny Omega, like okay, let's talk about NJP. That the Japanese promotion NJPW. Like they talk about Bullet Club and they talk about Kenny Omega and all that stuff. You see the clips and you see like the footages of the matches and stuff. Kenny Omega comes off like a star, dude, right? But the Young Bucks, when you see them in the background, they just look like generic dudes in the back.
They
That's how
look
I
like
see them. I
regular
don't.
dudes. Like you just
They
look
look like regular dudes. Yeah,
they look like people I work with. Like they just
yeah. They have no definition. They're short. They're really short, and like they're balding. Like Nick, it's so weird to see like without the headband because you can see that like, he has like a receding hairline. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
you need to start wearing that headband. I'm like, I'm not being mean. It's just like they don't look like and their promos are pretty bad.
Yeah,
Like bad,
I
dude.
I remember when like AEW couldn't miss, man. They had CM Punk in, they had Bryan Danielson just come in. Like I remember y'all might not know this, but my favorite AEW match is Andrade Idolo versus Pac. Like they could not miss,
Oh,
bro.
really?
Yeah, that's my favorite AEW match.
That's
Cause I see
crazy.
probably because I seen it live. You know, it's always better when you see it live.
Oh, okay.
So but yeah, even though the ending to that match absolutely sucked, uh I really love that match. Um they had Ruby Soho come in. Britt Baker felt like a star, bro. Like she was I don't know she felt like their Roman Reigns when she was the champion. Like I don't know what it was, but
Oh yeah.
she was that guy. Um and then like MJF was on the come up. You had Sammy Guevara. I was interested in him. Like I remember he came out like during the commercial break or whatever. He didn't even say anything. He just had like these note cards, and the crowd popped for him so loud. Like they AEW could not miss. But even still, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's just
what is the intrigue with the
yeah,
Young Bucks? Even then, I didn't get it.
yeah,
I didn't get it.
yeah.
I will never understand like what people like about them. It's like they do dance recitals out there. Like I
It's
don't
not just that. Is they don't come off as they come off disingenuous.
they
You
come
know
out
what I'm
so
saying? Like
from their promos, their wrestling, their acting, everything about them comes off as disingenuous.
if they acted like how they acted in real life, or like like how they act like on the internet, like on Twitter, like you see them kind of be like kind of like smart, like kind of like 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 smart talk, or like they kind of like come off like very sarcastic on Twitter and
Yeah,
stuff like
they
that.
come off like
If they brought
dickheads.
that personality, yeah, if they bring that personality that they show like on the internet and stuff, they bring that to TV, they could
Hmm.
make some money.
Yeah,
But they trying to be like,
they were saying that
yeah,
on the Jim Cornette podcast. Like Brian Last was saying it was like if they have the perfect storyline, like everybody in the wrestling community knows that these guys are jerks. Everybody in like they know that these guys are assholes. They need to play into that. They need to use that as
yeah,
their character. Like that's why CM Punk is so big because everybody knows he's gonna say what he feels. Everybody knows he's like a real cult of personality. Like John Moxley,
yeah.
like he's not for everybody. Like John Moxley isn't for me personally, but I still respect him because I know like I met John Moxley
Boy,
actually. Um,
well, you want to talk about a cult of personality? Moxley is a cult of
oh yeah,
personality.
for
That
sure,
dude,
for sure,
like
and
that
he
dude,
lives
only
it.
works like
He
yeah,
lives
like
it.
that dude, like literally works one style of match, and or like he'll say the same things. I'm gonna eat your bones. I'm gonna drink your blood. And or like he'll have like the same kind of like match, or like a hardcore match or whatever, and
Hmm.
people will eat it up like it's like the best thing ever. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's
I
not
know
for
he can do better than
he's
this.
not for me, but he
Yeah,
comes off as genuine, bro.
yeah, I
Cause
can see that.
I
He's
seen him,
definitely.
I met him, cause he lives in Cincinnati. Actually, I met
Oh
him
yeah.
outside of Cincinnati.
Oh, is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Cincinnati. Yep.
Oh, that's what's up. All right. Yeah.
Um,
All right. Yeah.
and I seen him at like this gas station, and like I hate to bother people. Like I just don't like to bother people. So I seen him,
Yeah.
and like we made eye contact, and I was like, whoa, like I was in shock. I also met MJF,
Yeah.
but that's a whole different story. Um,
Oh.
so
Okay.
I could tell you the MJF story a little later. So I seen him, and he had like 3 pints of ice cream, some chewing tobacco, and like he was like wearing this wrestling outfit. Like it's just genuinely who he is. He's just somebody who he loves wrestling. He don't take himself like he don't. Yeah, he's a genuine dude, and that's what I guess when you're not on TV every week, you don't get to see it. But when you're on a live
Yeah.
mainstream television, like the Young Bucks are now, it kind of exposes who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think the Young Bucks
Yeah,
are definitely getting exposed.
yeah. Like at this point, like I ain't gonna lie to you, they don't even get cheers or boos. Not even Hangman Page. He doesn't get like it's like no reaction. It's like why are they on TV? You know?
And you know
It's
what's
like
crazy?
they don't. Yeah,
I really liked Hangman Adam Page, bro.
I did too.
Until the CM Punk feud, I really liked Hangman Adam Page. Until he pulled that bullshit, I really liked him. They did kill the
Yeah,
Canadian Destroyer. It means nothing now.
oh yeah, yeah. The Canadian Destroyer, like it's like they made it into a transition move. It's like,
Right.
dude, what? That's crazy.
It's like a suplex now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like Swerve did
Like,
this move on Penta, and somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Penta they faced each other yet last night. Bro,
yo,
he did like this package DDT or something. I'm like, bro, that shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's literally Page's finisher. And I don't have a
Oh, the Deadeye.
no. That's I'm not Paige, Saraya. My bad. That used
Uh,
to be her finisher, and I'm not saying it should have ended the match, but it's like it's 20. They do 20 near falls a match, bro. Like Jesus Christ. You know how back then,
yeah,
like Jake the Snake's move was like a DDT and like a leg
that was it.
drop.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like
yeah.
I wonder what the fuck is gonna be a finishing move in 10 years, bro. Because
Yeah, I used to
people are
remember
just
like
what did you say? My bad.
yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like back when I used to watch wrestling, like 2010, 2012, right? You get usually like if it's just two, let's say we got the main card guy and we got like some guy that's middle, maybe lower. They'll have a match. Uh, let's say John Cena versus Ted DiBiase, right? So you see
Mm-hmm.
John Cena go through him and Ted DiBiase giving some back, and then John Cena will start like building up momentum. He'll do his signature, and then after that, he do his signature, build up to the attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3, clean. And AEW, it's got to be back and forth. I'm gonna do this crazy move. You do this crazy move. I'm gonna
Yep.
do my signature. I'm gonna do my finisher. You kick out. Oh wow, crazy. And then you do your finisher and signature. Oh wow, crazy. And then it's got to be some sort of. And then at that point, like they don't even know what to do as the finish.
Yeah, cause I remember speaking of Swerve and Hangman Adam Page, their match at Wrestle Dream was the dumbest ending ever. Like, what happened exactly? I think Hangman got. I think he hit him with some championship, or I think he hit him like he cheated basically. And
Oh, they even killed the cheating spot too, which is annoying.
yeah, it's like I forgot what he hit him with. What did he hit him with something? He hit him with some foreign object, but Hangman Adam Page kicked out of it. So then Swerve
Yeah.
just then he hit his finisher and then he won. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Wasn't it with Nana's crown?
Yeah, something. I don't know. It was something, but it was just like,
Yeah.
what is the logic in this? Who produced this shit?
If you want to blame the producer, one of the producers is Will Washington. I know for a fact that he's been producing a lot of the vignettes and a lot of the stuff for the Hangman and
Appa-
Swerve Strickland feud. So if you
Apparently,
like
that's
all that
Swerve's
stuff, that's
cousin.
Will Washington. Yeah, from what I heard.
Bro, it's literally like you know what's funny because I was watching videos of Jim Cornette of like when AEW first started, not just from Brawl Out. When AEW first started, apparently Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
said, "I don't want to hire Zack Ryder because I don't want people to think this is just all friends wrestling." Then 3 years later, 4 years later, that's exactly what it is.
That's no, that's literally all their storylines are right now. You're not my friend. I'm your friend. I thought we
Yep.
were friends.
Thought we were
MJF
friends,
like
all
and
this and that.
Adam
Like,
Cole. I thought we were friends. Or like Adam, I've known you since Ring of Honor. We're supposed to be best friends. Why are you hanging out with that guy? We can't be friends if you're with MJF. Like
it's so
I,
stupid, man.
I remember back when like I mean it's not even like like wrestling. I mean that's great and all. Like there can be some of that, right? It's not bad, but if that's literally all like all your segments, it's like what am I watching?
It's like I
You
don't.
know, it's
If I
like
wanted drama,
like
like if I wanted melodrama, I watch Disney Channel.
yeah,
And
like 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 it was. Isn't it? It's supposed to be about like I'm here for the money. I'm here for the belt. Like I'm here to build a name. I'm here to like like I'm here to
something
like
else.
I'm here with my come on my come up. Stuff like that. Uh, like that whole like idea between Hangman and Swerve. I could go with that. Like you're sitting on the top spot. I'm on the lower spot. I want your spot because you don't look like you want it no more. That makes sense. I could
Yeah,
go for that.
even
I
but
could
that
buy into that.
promo Swerve cut, like I didn't like the promo, and I gotta rewatch it because it seemed like everybody liked it but me. I gotta rewatch it. I didn't like that promo,
I
but
I like the promo where like freaking Swerve said, "What's a buckshot to a kill shot?" I was like, "Oh, that's tight."
I didn't. I
So
gotta.
every time I play Call of Duty and I get a kill, every time I play Call of Duty with my boys and I get a kill in on the thing, I'll say, "What's a buckshot to a kill shot?" Just for
That's
kicks and
so.
giggles, because that shit tickles me. That was so pretty tight. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty tight."
um. So like I like that until the whole baby placing a T-shirt over
Oh,
a
that segment
baby.
sucked. That felt like a
Why?
shitty Raw segment,
Why, bro? That's up there with
dude. Like
Katie
honestly,
Vick. You know who Katie Vick is?
nah.
Oh my god, I gotta tell you about this. So apparently, I think I think it was to promote like Kane. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So Kane apparently had a girlfriend
Yeah,
who died when Kane was drunk driving or something like that. So
yeah,
Triple H, dressed in a Kane mask, went to her like funeral or something, and like
yeah.
had sex with a dead body on live TV.
Oh, well, back then Raw was pretty wild. Like they
Yeah.
even did one of the earliest things that I do remember when I was a kid. I mean, I didn't watch wrestling when I was a kid, but I watched segments of it, like because I didn't speak English, but I understood by watching it. So one of the things I remember I saw was the Stone Cold breaking in the house of Brian Pillman, and when Brian Pillman pulled out a gun, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
But like that, at least it was serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
That
first of
definitely
all,
made me feel like what?
first of all, why is this feud so hot that Swerve wants to break into his house when he won the match? What did he do to make you want to break into his house? Second of all,
So, yeah, yeah.
why are you cutting a promo to a baby? Third of all, he just damn near killed the baby by placing a T-shirt over it. What the
Yeah,
fuck is going
yeah,
on? And then they recorded themselves committing a felony.
yeah,
Who
yeah.
like,
I
bro?
mean, there's a way to do something like that without making it look kind of fake, but there's a way to do it. But it's just that they don't apply the logic. And then what bothered me about that is that you saw the Young Bucks and Hangman. They were in the middle, like they were in a match. I don't know if they finished the match or they were in the middle of. No, they just finished the match or whatever. And Hangman is looking at the screen, and obviously Hangman is from Virginia, right? So that
Yeah,
means Swerve is in Virginia. That show in AEW was in Memphis, Tennessee. So Hangman saw the screen, saw what was going on, and he was like, "Oh my god, I gotta go home." So he literally ran back to stage, and I'm like, "So what exactly are you gonna do?
that happened on that
Like, are
episode.
you gonna?" Yeah.
That is stupid. At least
Well,
when
it was the one. Yeah,
At
yeah.
least
It
when
was the one
Seth
before
Rollins
the.
broke into Edge home, Head just made a phone call.
Yeah, that made more sense. But that one just seemed kind of like what. I was like, that kind of the logic in that was like, what I mean, like I'm like, what? That don't make no sense. What are you exactly are you gonna do? You're gonna go backstage. You're gonna get in your car, head to the airport, and fly all the way to Tennessee. I
I
mean, fly all
just
the way to Virginia.
I just don't like
Like, come on.
when I think about it. Like, what you were watching during the pandemic? So pre CM Punk, what was so intriguing
Yeah.
about AEW? Because apparently they didn't like Cody Rhodes. Like, what was? what was so intriguing about AEW?
which is foul in my opinion because
Yeah,
I
they
think
did.
Cody Rhodes was definitely was making chicken. He was making chicken shit into a chicken salad for sure. I'll tell
Yeah,
you that. So so I don't. So I was watching a lot of the W. So I was there for like King Corbin, Jeff Hardy was there, Sami Zayn turning into like breaking the fourth wall and all that stuff, right?
yeah.
So Shorty G, that was like what
Oh
I
my
was
God,
watching
that
during the
was bad.
pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Drew McIntyre felt like a star during that time. Now
Oh
I don't know,
my.
but
Yeah.
like at that time,
Yeah.
yeah, with
I
the
felt
Randy
so bad
Orton
for him.
feud, that was good stuff. That Randy Orton feud with Drew McIntyre was some good TV. Ain't gonna lie. Uh, but I don't know. It just felt like long and drawn out. I was kind of getting bored. And then I don't know how I heard of AEW, but I that's how crazy it is. Like if you think about it, I would probably never would have ran into AEW unless I started watching wrestling, right? So
Right.
imagine like a casual viewer, right? So I don't know. So I was just like, I heard about AEW. Oh, AEW is cooking, and I remember I saw on YouTube a clip of like Cody Rhodes. I remember Cody Rhodes from Legacy. I was like, huh, he looks different. I don't remember him with blonde hair. And I
Yeah.
saw like this thing where he was breaking like Triple H's throne or something like that
Oh,
with a
okay.
sledgehammer. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So I'm gonna give it a shot. So I remember I was watching it on Hulu, and the first episode I saw was like Cody Rhodes wrestling Shaq. I saw the match and I thought, oh, okay, it was all right. And then I saw the table spot and I was like, oh wow, they're doing tables. And that's automatically I was hooked because of the flash in the pan, like the table spots, bleeding in the like in the match. I was like, wow, this is different from WWE. It's so crazy,
Yeah.
and they're doing all these cool high acrobatic spots and like high flying and all that stuff. And me like coming off from like I used to be into that stuff at a certain point. You know, the high flying, the tables, the ladders, the chairs, all that stuff. And they're giving this away on free TV. I was really into it. So, but over time, like after like a couple of weeks of watching it, it's like it's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Table, ladder, chair, blood spot. I was like, damn, it's like
So,
too much.
yeah.
It's like too like it's just too much of that. It just kind of kills it for you, and you're like, oh, really, another table spot, you know? So I was
Right.
like, whatever. I mean, I still watched it, but then but around that time, that's when CM Punk came in, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. So I started getting really into it. I like Eddie Kingston, CM Punk, MJF, Cody Rhodes, um, Sammy Guevara. He was pretty hot at the time too, because like before the whole fiance thing, he was pretty hot. Like everybody was really into him. Like he had some crazy pops.
Yeah. I think
But then like, yeah,
we could talk about MJF and then I probably should get off here cuz I got work in the morning. So MJF, like I see somebody in the chat did say like, oh, MJF is the Miz or whatever. I could agree with that before the CM Punk feud. Like, see
yeah.
that CM Punk feud did so much for MJF. Like in hindsight, it probably passed the torch if we being like if we think about it. Like
Yeah,
it's weird to think about it now because that was never the plan. Like, you know, CM Punk had other plans past MJF, but in hindsight, that was CM Punk's like real last feud in
I
AEW.
yeah. Yeah, it was a really good feud. I digged it a lot. I really liked it. Like it was the promos were good because you always automatically knew MJF was like a good promo, right? Like just because of the like if you watched any of his stuff on AEW, you were like already like okay, he's probably the only guy right there that besides Cody Rhodes, MJF
Did you
was another guy that was like putting on matches that were pretty decent.
did you see what he did to Brian Pillman?
Who MJF?
Yeah.
Oh, the where they were in Cincinnati and he did the wake up filming. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was right after the airing of the Dark Side of the Ring Brian Pillman
Yeah,
special.
that's the
So
event
he
I
did that
went.
right after that.
Yeah, that's the event I went to, and he
Oh
just
yeah.
it was bad, bro. It was bad. It was just like, damn, is he really saying this right now? It was just like, there's no
Yeah.
way they agreed to this beforehand. Like, But you good? Oh, he's at work
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Oh no, they're just talking on the radio. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Yeah, like that's crazy. Yeah. I remember that. I didn't really. I don't know. See, I didn't really felt bothered by it because I didn't really like the only thing I knew about Brian Pillman. I mean, I knew it just came off of that. But I know he was trying to get heat, so I was like, oh shit, this dude doing something. And you know what? In a way, that was like the Brian Pillman Jr. came off of that like a baby face, red hot baby face.
oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah.
people with him,
He got to
and
close the show
you
with
know,
John Moxley that night.
yeah, exactly. So it's kind of crazy that like they aired Dark Side of the Ring. They feel bad about Brian Pillman. People always talk about like Brian Pillman, and they compare and his son. They see him coming off that. Like you would think that the AEW would build something with him and like keep him like make him more relevant and stuff and build him up to make him into like a main card guy, right? But they
Yeah,
just dropped the ball on that. That was crazy.
I think it showed. Did you see his recent appearance at NXT?
The Lexus King.
Yeah,
I didn't. I listened to the promo, and a lot of people were shitting on it. I really didn't have a problem with it. I'm not. I don't. And I don't. Maybe it's just the way it came off because he didn't seem like he meant it. I guess maybe, and maybe it felt like he was reciting it. But I don't really blame him per se. I just blame like the whole WWE style of like read a script and you have to say it word for word.
right,
That's
right.
kind of new to him.
He's definitely got a. I took from it. He got a lot of learning to do, and just give it some time.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Back to
Like I don't.
MJF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that whole Miz narrative went out the window after the CM Punk feud.
So, I never really felt MJF was like the Miz. In my opinion, MJF was more like I know like the Miz's whole character is like reality TV based, like like stuff like sort of reality TV based, like A&E or like Kim Kardashians and stuff like that, like Kim Kardashians and stuff like that. Like reality TV is a reality TV based character. So I never really felt like he was like the Miz because MJF he always talked about like being a pro wrestler, like being like Ric Flair or and he came off like on the mic like on a different way like Roddy Piper like a pipe like he cuts crazy promos like Roddy Piper. You don't know what he's going to say.
Yeah,
That's what he came off to me.
I do think he did go for the lowest hanging fruit a lot though.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, like he still does, but when you think about when I think about the promo where he was talking about how he got bullied growing up and all all the character all the stuff we learned about why he is the way he is, that helped him a lot, and I think that CM Punk feud was the first time we seen it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The whole he got throw quarters on and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
The origin stories of why he is the way he is. Yeah, that's definitely what helped MJF come out more for sure. That is so true.
But CM
I
Punk,
really
CM Punk helped all them people, man. Everybody he touched, he helped. Pause. Like MJF came out better. Eddie Kingston came out better. Powerhouse Hobbs. Ricky Starks. Oh my God. And they're trying their best to fumble him now.
Yeah,
they're trying their best. They're not booking anybody right now, except maybe Tony Storm. Why is MJF in 8 feuds right now?
That's the thing. Who else besides MJF right now is pretty hot?
There's a way to build the show around him that doesn't revolve him because he'll scissor the Acclaimed and in one instance and then turn around and yell at Jay White. Like, bro, I just don't believe MJF anymore. And at that point, MJF isn't the problem. It's Tony Khan.
It's not. It's MJF is not the problem. A lot like MJF, like he makes all this shit look. He looks like he's doing like when I watch it, I'm like, all right, MJF is like I believe what he's doing. Like I like what he's doing, right? But like everything around what he's doing is kind of stupid. But he's making the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he's trying to make chicken shit into a chicken salad.
he can
So
only do so
that's
much.
how I see it. He can only do so much because they're stretching him out so thin right now, and he's not even building anybody up. It's like everything. The focus is on MJF. He's not even building the Acclaim. He's not making Roddy any big deal. It's like they're building the show around him, and it's kind of like weird. It's like you could so that like AEW, like you could have a 5-star classic. Well, what's the point of having a 5-star classic if nobody is really gonna like talk about it or like get what's going on with it? You got to have like a reason why that they're like the storyline. You have to have a storyline where there's a reason for them having this fight and why the other person wants to beat the other person in order to make this 5-star classic like talked about.
Right.
Like the Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Like everybody knew that they were beefing and they were cutting like some like tongue in cheek promos like how like low hanging fruit stuff. And then like they would go out there and put out a 5-star classic, even though they hated each other. That's how crazy it is. They were making money.
Yeah,
Like it feels like they're like you talk about the CM Punk Bullet Club feud, like not Bullet Club, the Elite feud. They could have made some money with that.
oh, they
Like that
could
could
have
have been
made
like
so
a big deal.
I think that's the difference between AEW becoming competition or AEW going to the next level and AEW being in a worse position than it is right now because everybody was so emotionally invested in that CM Punk and Elite feud and stuff like that. And for it to be no payoff except CM Punk being fired and the Young Bucks jogging in an empty arena, it just felt anticlimactic and it felt draining. It felt disappointing. And the Young Bucks robbed us of that. Because CM Punk wanted to work with him. FTR wanted to work with him. Kenny Omega wanted to work with CM Punk. But it was just the Young Bucks. They couldn't get over themselves.
Dude, that's why I was so upset about Wembley. It was like, you didn't hear anything about the card for the longest, and everybody thought we were gonna get the CM Punk versus Kenny match. That was the big deal. That was the big talk. But instead, we got Kenny in a multi-man match, and then FTR versus the Bucks
Stupid.
3. Which I mean, the second one was good, so I was thinking, okay, they might put on a decent one, a decent third one. It was ass. And then the whole MJF versus Adam Cole thing. I mean, it was kind of like it was a good match, but like it was kind of like
So, do you
nothing
agree
else to
with
write
me when I
about.
said the reason why people care more about the backstage stuff than the show was because the show wasn't that good? Like, don't get
Yeah,
me wrong,
of
it was
course.
don't get me wrong, it was good, but I'm not if I'm trying to get somebody into wrestling, I'm not showing them all in. I'm just not. I showed them all out 2022 or show them all out 2021. I'll show them double or
I'll, sh-
nothing 2022. I'll show them full gear
I'll
2021 but nah, I'm not showing
I'll
them
show
all
them
in.
like whenever I try to like recommend a wrestling match, the one that it felt like a real fight, like a real big deal, was the Eddie Kingston versus CM Punk. I showed them the promo, and then I told them to watch the match. That was really
Right.
like, that's where I was like, wow, these dudes are really laying it in. Like you could tell, like they're really at each other. Like they really don't like each other, and they really don't.
Right. Yeah. And even Eddie Kingston was like, "Bro, like CM Punk helped us. Like he wished he didn't get fired." And
Yeah, and he don't even like CM Punk. He even said it multiple times. Like I don't
yeah,
like CM Punk. I think
they
he's
don't
like a piece of shit because you give him shit for being fat in Ring of Honor.
yeah. And
So I mean,
I'll
it
never
is.
I'll never defend Ring of Honor CM Punk. I won't even defend early WWE CM Punk, but I don't think he did anything wrong in AEW. Like, not anything wrong. Anything wrong first. He didn't initiate any conflict to me.
I mean, to me, it was more like eye for an eye type of stuff, but it felt
Right.
like it was more for eye for an eye, but it felt like they highlighted, at least as fans, I think they highlighted more what Punk would do than
That's
what
my
the Elite
problem.
would do. Like
That was always
if
my
you're gonna
problem.
like you need to be tick for tack, you know? Like if one person's like obviously dishing something out, there's gotta be a reason why. It's not like he just does it because he doesn't like him. It's gotta be something to initiate a response back, you know? And CM Punk, he's the kind of cat that like he might be a dick, he might be an asshole or whatever. And you knowing that he's a dick or an asshole, why would you try to initiate like a conflict with a dick and an asshole? He's gonna come off like a dick and an asshole to you.
Yeah. That's a fact. Like, if what happened to CM Punk, if what CM Punk did in the last year was any other generation, even 10 years ago, like I think if it was done as WWE, like I don't think he would have been fired. It would have been a storyline. Like Vince McMahon, whoever needed to sit them down to hash that shit out, it would have been hashed out. Me personally, if I was Tony Khan, I'm sitting like I'm telling the Elite, y'all about to talk to this motherfucker. Y'all about to get this shit squared off. First of all, Hangman Adam Page would have got fined out the motherfucking ass for going off script the 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 week of Double or Nothing. People forget that. Like people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, he CM Punk he called out, he buried them publicly." Hangman Adam Page buried CM Punk on a go home show of Double or Nothing. Like people forget that.
Yeah.
One was
Yeah,
on
that's true.
YouTube. One was on YouTube. The other was on live television. Like fuck out of here, man. That's selective. Like that's the part that always got me. It was like, yes, CM Punk is wrong. Yes, 100% CM Punk messed up. But where's the energy for the Elite? I don't know.
Yeah, and that promo was so weird too. It was so like I didn't like when I heard what he was saying. I was like, what is he talking about? And if you didn't know what was going on or like what was
Right.
being said on the internet, you had to look for this and be like, what? It was
You
so weird. It was so like
you know what caught me, and then it made sense. Like this is why I also don't mind CM Punk speaking his mind and defending himself, because every time like I question him and he speaks and he lets us know what happened, it's like, oh, that made sense. The one time it was like that for me. The other time, other than the Coca Benda thing, and I remember when he started challenging for the championship. That's when all these rumors and stuff was coming out about him. But like
yeah,
I've always said, nobody had a problem with CM Punk until he started challenging for the world championship. Nobody had a problem with it. It was peaches and rainbows. It was all good until he went for the championship. But anyway, I remember that John Moxley feud just didn't make any sense to me. It was like so dumb. Like the feud was it wasn't good. Like people loved that promo where he went into the crowd and was "We Are Chicago" and stuff. I was like, this don't make sense to me. Like this don't feel earned. And then it turns out that John Moxley wanted to recreate Rocky, and CM Punk didn't like the storyline
Rocky
either.
3.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's why the squash match and all that. Well, besides the injury, the squash match and all that stuff. Like Moxley was gonna win, and then the belt, and then they're gonna do like kind of like Rocky 3, which made no sense because Rocky 3 plot is like an up and comer who's hungry, coming in. He defeats Rocky, humbles him, and Rocky gets back in, trains, and gets better. But I
right.
mean, John Moxley,
He
he's
doesn't
not no
lose the
spring
title and
chicken.
then get it back in a week.
Yeah, well, and John Moxley is not no up and comer or no spring daisy or like a
Right.
hungry. I mean, he's already had the belt before. If that was for someone else, maybe like they were building up that this guy's like a beast, that would make sense.
If
But
I told you
nah,
John Moxley wasn't wrestling in 10 years, would you believe? Like you would. That sounds right. That sounds about right. He's not no up and
yeah, that
comer.
sounds about right.
Bro is like he
No, no.
debuted for WWE 11 years ago, bro. You're not an up and comer, and
Yeah, it made no sense.
that's
Yeah,
why I don't mind I don't mind these celebrities speaking out and defending themselves. Like I wish Bray Wyatt could have
yeah,
spoke out and defended himself. They killed Bray Wyatt, bro. Not literally. They killed his reputation, bro. Seth Rollins, Jim Cornette, they all killed his reputation, bro. All like it working with him destroys your character or destroys your momentum. Everybody who feuded with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, like, all right, Seth Rollins. They try to blame Bray Wyatt for Seth Rollins' face run turning terrible. No, bro. You were a terrible face. You faced Baron Corbin like 3 straight pay-per-views, and then you went all then you like went on a rant against Will Ospreay, bringing up how you make more money than him, and then that's why CM Punk told him to stop tweeting. Like people for like, how are you gonna blame that on Bray Wyatt? Like Kevin Owens came,
mm,
Kevin Owens came out of a Fiend feud, okay. Daniel Bryan came out of a Fiend feud, okay. Um, who else? The Miz did because he did a failed face run and he was okay. Who else? Who else had a feud with Bray Wyatt? Braun Strowman. I think Braun Strowman is the one person you could say the Fiend kind of messed up. That's the one
what about
person.
Randy Orton?
Nah, cause then that's when the right after WrestleMania 2021 or WrestleMania 36 where he beat or WrestleMania 37 it was. That's when he beat that's when he beat that's when he beat the Fiend, and then the next night is when the whole
Yeah,
Riddle stuff started.
yeah,
But that whole thing was
yeah,
bad, but in hindsight, you can't even blame Bray Wyatt for that because that's when his heart issues started that ultimately led to his death. And then that's when
yeah,
that's when Brody Lee was really sick around that time. So he
yeah,
he wasn't doing good physically and he wasn't doing good mentally. So if you blame Bray Wyatt for that, that's so that's I can't blame Bray Wyatt for that. So the one like
yeah.
even with Finn Balor, that gave him like the Fiend destroying Finn Balor gave him an excuse to go back to NXT and have his best WWE run. Everybody who had
Yeah,
everybody feud with Bray Wyatt, they turned out okay or they turned out better. We wouldn't have the Monday Night Messiah or no, because bro, Seth Rollins was getting booed before Bray Wyatt, bro. He was getting booed at
I ain't gonna.
SummerSlam. Like, why are we
I'm gonna
capping,
be
bro?
honest with you. I'm not a big fan of Seth Rollins. I don't know what's it about him, but it's just like what like he's very bland. I don't know. He's trying to. It's like his whole persona thing, like the architect or the drip god or whatever. I mean, I'm not.
It's
I don't
like,
know.
you know what it's like?
It's
It's like the
yeah,
Young Bucks on steroids.
yeah. He comes off with that really weird laugh, cackle, ha ha ha, and he cuts those like really like
It's like
he's trying to be like animated, but it doesn't work for him.
CM Punk and the Young Bucks had a baby because he speaks his
Yeah,
mind. He speaks his mind very loud, so he kind of has a cult of personality. So like some people like him because he speaks his mind so much and all this and that, and he tells us the truth. But
yeah,
it's also like the Young Bucks. It just okay, but eh, does it really match your
yeah.
actions? Does it? Are you the one to be saying this right now? Like he literally he tried to throw it on Bray Wyatt. He said it himself. He said it himself. Like Bray Wyatt, his feud with Bray Wyatt didn't help him. Or I forget. I don't want to misquote him. But he said the feud with Bray Wyatt hurt his character or something like that. To paraphrase him, like, no, you hurt your character. You bragging how you make more money than Will Ospreay hurt your character. You defending, like, you going at John Moxley just for telling his story hurt your character. Like, fuck out of here, bro. And then how he tried to beg CM Punk to fight him when CM Punk joined backstage, WWE backstage, and then years later talking about how he don't want CM Punk in WWE. Like, what changed? What changed? Fuck out of here, bro. You just seem very, like, ugh. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like an ick kind of guy. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler by any means. That dude,
I'm not. I wouldn't say that
do,
either.
Like, he
but
can. I can tell you that dude can, like, he can do all the moves. But I mean, like, what's the point of doing all the moves if, like, your personality? You know what I mean? Like, you could do all. You could do like a. I think MJF said it best. Like, you can do like 500 indie whatever the fuck. Well, what's the point of me doing all those moves that everybody else does if I don't stand out in the, like as a character? Like, I'm trying to, like, get the audience's attention. Like, that's why he can do like simple shit like the eye poke or the kangaroo kick and get that over, because people, like, they see him and they like his personality, the way he is, and they fall for it.
I think Seth Rollins' legacy, he will be in that edge to. I'm trying to think who was like that in the 90s. He'll be like in that edge, Chris Jericho range, where it was like, yeah.
I see Chris Jericho. Yeah, there you go.
Like, you're definitely, you got all the talent in the world. You're definitely up there, but you were never the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was like I could say, like, at least he's like a Chris Jericho. That's how you perfectly said it. Like, he's like a Chris Jericho. I don't know. For me, like,
I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't say Triple
H.
I wouldn't say Triple H.
Yeah,
Triple H was that guy.
No, I said Chris. Yeah.
Oh, somebody in the
Sure.
chat. Somebody in the chat said it. My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's definitely like a Chris Jericho. I could see that. Like, but in my opinion, like, when I see the Shield, I think the only person out of the Shield that's definitely like crazy, like the hottest attraction right now is Roman Reigns.
Oh, of
that
course.
Dude is the dude right now.
Of course. And you know what's crazy? Like 4 years ago, you could probably say it's just because WWE, just put the rocket to his back. But, like, I used to, like, even a couple months ago, I'd tell you, like, seeing, like, Roman Reigns is overrated. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. He that guy. He's that guy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people like to shit on Roman Reigns or whatever. Like, I see on Twitter, like, oh, he only comes in like once in a while or whatever. Well, that's the thing. Like, they have people that can carry the show where Roman Reigns doesn't need to be every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it adds to his character. Like, he's exclusive.
When you see him on TV, you're like, oh shit, we're finally getting Roman Reigns. He's gonna come on TV and watch it. And it's not like, I'm not saying like he's out of the three of the Shield, Seth Rollins, I want to say, is probably the most technical. But Roman Reigns, I mean, he has like the Superman punch, the spear or whatever, and I forgot what else he does. He has a limited arsenal. Well, his personality is so over right now as a heel that, like, it outshines what he does in the ring. I think crazy.
I think Roman Reigns will retire in that Randy Orton, like, because I don't know how long. Like, I think he'll have another title reign, but I don't think he'll ever. I don't think he has much longer. He's like, people don't. This is very. I don't hear people talking about this enough. He's very injury prone. He gets injured a lot, and don't mention on top of that, unfortunately, he's had multiple battles with leukemia. So,
yeah,
who's to say how much longer Roman can add to his legacy? But Roman will retire in that. I want to say the Randy Ortons to like that Randy Orton range where it was like if somebody tells you he's their favorite wrestler, like that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt. Randy Orton, I don't know, his career is just like that dude has. I think Randy Orton has had probably the perfect wrestler career.
yeah,
Where like,
somebody could convince you that he's the GOAT. Somebody can. And somebody
yeah,
can't
well,
somebody I don't like and that's why I say Randy Orton tier because I don't see him going to Hollywood. I don't see Roman going to Hollywood. I just don't.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's what Roman wants to do. He wants to go to Hollywood.
Have y'all seen him outside of like
I
he
can't see
he
him as
will
a Hollywood star, but yeah,
he will be typecasted as fuck. Like
for sure.
he's like I've seen him like be expressive and whatever, but I've also seen he's like a real chill, like mellow guy. Like I've never seen him like be goofy. I've never seen him like I mean, it works for The Rock though. The Rock plays the same character in every movie, so maybe I'm wrong. But
Yeah, it works for him.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
I'm tripping.
Uh, I don't know, but I mean, like, yeah,
But
for
okay,
sure. Like, yeah.
so we got all right. After we do John Moxley, I really got to get off right. So
All right.
yeah, he'll basically be The Rock but with hair. Like Jay got it right. So John Moxley, what will his legacy be?
Oof,
Because at this
that's a tough
point,
one, isn't it?
like I don't want to underrate him, but he took such a different path than Seth Rollins and Roman. It's hard to just picture it.
I think for the hardcores, his legacy, like, for the hardcore fan, like, I follow his run
Bleeder.
and like, yeah, like the people like I follow his
Terry
run in
Funk.
like in JPW. Oh no, he's not no Terry Funk. Terry Funk's a whole different beast.
I
But
just
nah,
because before, like, honestly, I didn't know that Terry Funk was like at first a technical wrestler. I didn't know he was like at first,
yeah, he was wrestling in Memphis, and so he started. So originally, he worked for the promotion for his father, Dory Funk Sr., and like Dory Funk Sr. had two sons, obviously Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk, and they had like their own promotion in Amarillo, I want to say, and basically Dory Funk Jr. was the champion of the promotion, and Terry's the guy that they would send around, and he just go around and like wrestle and other stuff like that. He was like Terry Funk was actually a heel when he started out. Like he was like this really like crazy technical heel that go around and fuck people up. That was his whole thing. And then he
Why
got
does he
really
have your
over
respect the most? I'm sorry, Casey just said something.
yeah, and him and Jerry Lawler, they had like a crazy feud in Memphis and stuff like that, like and all that stuff, an NWA run and all kinds of stuff. So he's like Kenny Omega, like he's never been to like a major promotion, but he's like Cody Rhodes. He's like Cody Rhodes in the sense that he's been in every promotion that you can think of, and like he's always been like doing his own thing. He's never been to that like uh, well, he's been to the WWF and WWE, but he was never known for that stuff. Really, he's been known for being around in the territories and doing his different things, different gimmicks, and different stuff. Like later on in life is when he started to do the hardcore stuff in Japan, for sure. That's what a lot of people remember him by, sadly.
So,
but to me, he's always been good on the mic and a good technical
right,
wrestler.
because the extreme stuff is how he was introduced to me, like But
yeah.
So would anybody in here say that John Moxley has had a greater career than Edge? I wouldn't. I don't think it's close, honestly.
I really don't know what to compare John Moxley to.
I don't either. Like that's what's crazy. I think that's why he's such a cult of personality. Like he's so
either
unique.
You like him,
huh?
Yeah, it's like the fans that like him, they'll love everything about him. Even if you have like the shittiest match in whatever, they'll still love him. It's crazy.
So, would you say he had a better career than JBL?
If JBL, if we're
Ooh, that's a
talking
good one.
about JBL, if we're talking about early JBL, back when he was in APA or
I'm saying
before
the
that,
whole career, the whole career.
ooh,
JBL's one of the best heels of all time, if we being honest.
yeah, that's the problem. It's like early on, he wasn't really a featured guy, and he was really running on that APA thing. But then he came up with the Texas God Millionaire gimmick, and he was
You know a
feuding with like
lot
Rey
about wrestling,
Mysterio,
bro.
Eddie Guerrero. Me?
Yeah. For somebody you only been
Yeah.
watching.
Oh well, I read. I like to read, and I follow the
Okay.
products. Like ever since I became a fan again, like I started like digesting like not the newer stuff, but a lot of the older stuff.
Okay,
Like the
okay,
newer
okay.
stuff that, as far as I know about, like I don't know anything about NJPW. Only thing I know about is Bullet Club, from Prince Devitt to AJ Styles and Kenny Omega, and I know Okada's a big thing, and I know Will Ospreay was a big thing, and I know a lot of people like to talk about the Will Ospreay versus Ricochet match. I saw that match, and it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Mm.
So like, when it comes to like traditional Southern wrestling, Memphis style wrestling, or like the California's territory wrestling, I can
Right.
talk about that
That
all
is
day. I can talk
crazy
about the
though,
early
bro.
WWF.
Cause like me, I could talk
Yeah.
your ear off. Like I can give you the history of WWE, but outside of that, like that is crazy. That's impressive, bro. For someone who's been in and out, like who's
I
been
mean,
in and out of like liking wrestling. That's amazing that you know so much, bro. Like where do you go to watch it? Like where do you go to do your research?
watch like the older stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it you can find on Peacock. A lot of the NWA, WCW, or the Von Erichs, that new movie coming out, the Iron Claw. So a lot of their promotion was in Texas. The Von Erichs, you can find like their promotion is actually on the Peacock, because WWE, believe it or not, they bought a lot of the tape collections from a lot of those promotions when they bought the territories out. So if, let's say, you want to watch Florida Championship Wrestling, you want to watch uh, Eddie Graham, you want to watch like the early stuff of Dusty Rhodes, it's on there. His feud with King Soo Young, some sort of the Korean assassin. His feud with Ernie Ladd, which is a big one. Like all that stuff is on in Peacock. You can watch all the territory stuff on there on Peacock on the WWE.
All right.
So a lot of that stuff I watch there. But if I hear sometimes like Jim Cornette, like I know a lot of people talk shit about Jim Cornette, like oh he's a racist or he's a bigot, whatever. Nah, he ain't none of that stuff. That dude will tell you everything about the history of wrestling. Everything you want to know, you can just sit there and listen to it, and it's like so good. And then he can tell you where to tell you the matches, and you can just find the matches on YouTube.
All right. Shit, I do want to wrestle eventually. So I feel like to learn the sport or whatever, you definitely got to go to the roots. You definitely got to go to the underground stuff. And like CM Punk says, that's like what MJF does. Like he watches the old school stuff. So I do got to get off here so we could chop it up about that. I do want to see.
Yeah.
I do want to know like what is MJF's comparison.
Competition. Oh, comparison. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, MJF's a big like to me because I watched a lot of Roddy
Not
Piper stuff.
MJF.
Like
I'm
I know.
sorry. John Moxley. Sorry, not MJF.
Oh, John Moxley. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of he's like he's a wild. He's
Sabu.
definitely like an anomaly.
Would you know?
Maybe. Yeah, or yeah, Sabu. Like the yeah. I mean, I guess maybe,
Do you like
but
Do
I
you
don't
like
know.
Dean Ambrose more than John Moxley, or you don't even know? Like,
I honestly I can't. I don't know anything about Dean Ambrose.
okay,
Like I
okay,
know
okay.
I know he used to wear jeans and a wife beater.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about as much as I know about Dean Ambrose.
Okay. Damn. He damn sure ain't had a better career than like. So the chat agrees.
No,
Like the chat agrees. JBL's had a better career. I'm trying to think. Booker T had a better career. I think so.
I'm Booker T. He had a yeah, I think so. Yeah, he had like a I don't know. I think yeah. Dean
What about
Ambrose and Booker T.
RVD?
That could be a good argument.
Rob Van Dam, is he on there?
Oh no no. Oh no. RVD is a little bit.
RVD's
I mean, if you count, it has to be. I mean, if you count the TNA run, for sure, because he was in the main. He was
yeah.
like in
We counting the
main
whole
title bouts.
career. We counting the whole career.
Oh, okay, then yeah, RVD for sure, because he was in the main title picture for a while in TNA with Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles. They were like,
Damn,
they were up
bro.
there.
Matt Hardy, is he up there with Matt Hardy?
He probably beats Matt Hardy he probably beats Matt Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Matt
he's
Hardy was
okay. So
what?
we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere.
Yeah, because Matt Hardy's what? Like, I think the most he ever probably won was a Intercontinental or the USA title, right? Probably.
I think he was the United States champion. I know he was the
Right. So I never
ECW
seen.
champion.
Yeah. So I never. I mean, yeah, he didn't really win any like big title in the WWE, and I'm pretty sure Dean Ambrose, he was a big deal in WWE, right? So he probably
He was
like he
like,
came up.
if I could compare Dean Ambrose to somebody right now, he would be like, he was a face who won the world championship one time, had a little solid run. He would probably be
Well,
like,
yeah.
he would probably be like the Bobby Lashley tier.
Okay, there you go. Already better than Matt Hardy for sure. No disrespect to Matt Hardy.
No, we can disrespect Matt Hardy if you want to.
Oh, at this point, I mean, late game Matt Hardy right now. We're midlife crisis Matt Hardy, yeah. But early Matt Hardy now. I respect that. I respect early Matt Hardy. He was definitely
Yeah.
over for sure. I don't know what he's doing, but he needs to stay off Twitter.
What? Is Bobby Lashley? I'm trying to make sure. I don't want to be blasphemous here. Because he was a face, and Bobby Lashley has been like a tweener and whatever. Drew. Yeah, I was thinking Drew McIntyre, but it feels like Drew McIntyre is bigger.
Oh, for sure. I felt Drew McIntyre when I was watching the pandemic era, like when he was going for the WWE Universal title, he felt like a big deal.
He felt like
a main
when
eventer.
Drew won it, it was like, this feels right. When Dean Ambrose won it, it was just like, wow, like they actually did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
So now I can't even come up with a comparison now.
Yeah. I don't know. I could, you could say like a Booker T level, maybe Booker T level for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Booker T was like a 5-time world champion, King of the Ring, world heavyweight champion.
Was he in WWE? I can't remember.
Yeah. He had a great career. I'm trying to think, because the problem is you got to think about somebody who's won a world championship, but the world championship has been held hostage for a minute now. Well, I think Jey Uso. Jey Uso is like where Dean Ambrose was, right? Like where Jey Uso is right now. Like he's a one of the biggest faces. He but
you're talking about main event Jey Uso?
Yeah. Like he can give you. He's super over with the crowd. The crowd love him. If you need if you need to energize the crowd, you put Jey Uso out there. You could do the same with Dean Ambrose, but he could do everything but win the world championship.
You know what? I think it was a smart decision splitting up the Usos. Just the fact that because it felt like one Uso was competing with the other Uso, like in a sense of like showing off the personality and like their mic skills. But both of them separate on both two different TV shows, you get like a different kind of Uso. Like Jimmy, he's entertaining in his own way, and Jey, he's definitely like he's over.
Yeah. I think
so. You get like
the only problem I got with it is I feel super bad for Jimmy, but I think he's comfortable in his own skin. Like it's just like damn, like he kind of got left behind.
But that's the thing though. You can see that he's comfortable in this role that he's in right now as like the flunky or whatever, and he's totally like killing it right now. He's doing a good job of it. Like he
Yeah.
settled with that role.
I mean,
It's
the
good.
storyline doesn't make sense, but yeah, he's all right. He makes me laugh.
Yeah, yeah. He's doing his job. Like I can appreciate that. There's not a lot of that. Like I don't know. Like for me, like like I like to consider myself biased. I don't know if that's the unbiased or biased. Neutral. I like to consider myself neutral. Like I'll appreciate some things in WWE, and I'll
Right,
appreciate some
right.
things in AEW, and whenever I watch their shows, I try to I try not to like I analyze them for what it's worth. I remember in the argument, one of the biggest arguments right now that's hot in the chat is like what the Dominic Mysterio thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they're saying that he's like not a really good
that's
heel,
just that's just
but
hard fandom, bro. I don't know. I think he be trolling. He gotta be
yeah, I
trolling.
think so too. Like I'm not saying he's the best heel in the world, right? I'm not saying like he's the
Right.
hottest
Of
heel
course
or
not.
whatever, or he got the mic skills of MJF. No, but compared to Dominic to when he was a babyface, this is way better for him.
Oh yeah, for
Like he's
sure.
not.
For
Yeah,
sure.
like obviously we know that he can do all the flips and stuff and whatever. Like he probably because his dad probably we seen it, but he's not trying to do all that. He's trying to be like he's like the dude that can't. He's like the dude like that talks a lot of game, but when it comes to like actually having that fight or whatever, he's trying to run away. He's not trying to really get in it. He's trying to find some way to kind of work his way in there without having to like do too much or be too crazy about it. Like find a way to win without like really like trying.
Yeah, he's
So I
like
can respect that.
he's like 2011 Miz without the world championship. Like
Yeah,
I genuinely hated the Miz in 2011.
yeah, and I know the fans are kind of like milking the booze, but I
It's
mean,
fun.
but they're obviously booing him. It's part of the fun. It's the same thing when AEW comparison like when AEW like whenever Fozzy plays on when Chris Jericho comes on, a lot of the fans just sing along to it, and it's
Right.
like for
It's
fun.
like
That's how I compare it to it.
yeah, it's like crowd participation. Like I bet if
Crowd,
every one of them fans seen Dom in real life, they would be geeking. So yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like honestly, like for his role, like what he's doing with Rhea and all that, it works. It works 100%. Like him and Rhea doing their little weird thing, and like Rhea being like a muscle, and he's like the guy that hides behind because he can talk all his game, and he's got this
It's like
muscle, and he's got
Eddie Guerrero
Damian
in
Priest.
China.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
What's up,
The
Degenerate?
perfect example.
You know what's funny? Both of them are engaged. Like Rhea Ripley's engaged to
Yeah,
Buddy, and Dom
Murphy.
is
Yeah,
engaged to somebody else. But
yeah.
can you in the chat admit that I cooked with that Jey Uso compare? Oh, you wasn't watching Dean Ambrose, so you wouldn't I can't get mad at you for not admitting it. But KC, I cooked with that comparison because yeah, Jey Uso. It would make sense for Jey Uso to win the championship, but it's also like, damn, like they really, if he won the championship, it'd be like, word, like, damn, they actually put it on him.
Yeah. It's just
That's how
right
Dean
now. There's
Ambrose
just
was.
yeah. I mean, right now, Jay Uso, there's just so much going on right now that I don't really see Jay Uso as a main title picture guy right now. Because
Me
like
neither.
we got Cody, we got Roman, we got LA Knight. Who else do we got in the picture right now?
I don't even think LA Knight's truly in
Uh,
the picture, to be honest with you. I don't think there's any
well, he's
chance.
definitely he. Yeah, not now at least, but he's definitely gonna be up there. I
You
think
think
this
so?
WrestleMania is gonna have to be. Yeah, this WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes is definitely gonna finish his story. He has to. Ain't no way.
I think LA Knight. Nah, I won't even get into trying to compare him to someone, but yeah, y'all go hate me for this, but LA Knight might be. They might look at LA Knight the same way they looked at Zack Ryder. Like, yeah,
Oh,
we'll give him a singles run with a championship, but we don't really believe in him. I don't know. I might be tripping
I
on
don't
that.
know. Right, it's too early to tell right now. It really like
I,
for me
I
right now, LA Knight feels like an early Stone Cold, Bret Hart versus Stone Cold for the uh, and when Bret Hart first turned heel and Stone Cold they were wrestling
if it wasn't for
and like
Cody, I could see it, but
yeah,
I can't see it with Cody being there because Cody has to be the one to beat Roman. So then what? We're just going to do you think LA Knight's going to stay this hot for years? Like you think like I don't know. I don't know if LA Knight can stay this hot for years. And I love LA
it
Knight, bro.
depends.
Like I love LA Knight. He's entertaining as hell. He did a perfect send off for my boy Bray Wyatt. I hope he goes straight to the top. I just because I think there's a lot of people who's in line ahead of him. I think Drew's in line ahead of him. I think Gunther is in line ahead of him. I think Cody is in line ahead of him. Those are 3 title reigns I see happening before LA Knight is even considered for a world championship.
I think the I really think that Gunther needs if Gunther is going to compete with Roman, he has to lose the Intercontinental title. I think
Now,
in a match.
I think if Gunther wins a world title, it'll be the world championship. So I
Yeah.
I
See,
just see
right now the thing is
my
for
bad.
LA Knight to stay hot. Yeah, for LA Knight to stay hot, I really think that he just needs really good opponents. You know, like he
Yeah,
needs to have like he needs to be in a feud like now, like for sure.
I see him.
Like he need,
I think the plan is for him to beat Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
that's not a bad idea. Those
I
two they're both good on the mic.
I see him beating Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. I always thought like the plan was for Chad Gable to beat Gunther. Like I think Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. Chad Gable has the championship versus who? Um, maybe CM Punk
Yeah.
versus Seth Rollins. Maybe. Um,
Oh,
and
dude.
then Roman versus Cody, obviously, in the tag team champion. Who knows? But then the wild card is, oh yeah, add Damian Priest in that because do y'all think they gonna do another failed cash in?
Oh man, that's
I
all
don't,
really. I
I
don't
don't,
know if
I don't see another failed cash in. So
to me Judgment. The thing I love the Judgment Day. I think what they're doing is great. I like it, but I don't see Damian Priest with the Money in the Bank thing. Like to me, he doesn't feel like the leader of Judgment Day. It feels like Rhea, you know.
yeah,
So to
yeah,
have
they
like
they've even
Damian
admitted
Priest,
it. Yeah,
yeah, to have Damian win like a main title, like a big like the WWE Universe title or the World Heavyweight title right now, it'd be kind of weird because you have the second guy having the title and he's not even the main guy for his faction.
I just I can't
So
imagine a scenario where Damian Priest cashes in the title anytime soon. Maybe like because
I don't either.
he can hold the briefcase for up to a year. So maybe around what is SummerSlam after? Yeah, so SummerSlam is
Yeah,
after Money in the Bank. So maybe like after 4 months, no, like 3 months of Cody holding the title, or maybe 3 months of who would be the champion? Maybe Seth Rollins or CM Punk holding the title. I just, but even then, I just don't see him failing. I don't see him failing. And Seth Rollins right now is such a wild card. I don't think that back is as bad as they say it is. Um, so I don't know. Like Kevin Nash has said, Kevin Nash said that Triple H doesn't believe in LA Knight, and I believe it. I believe it. I when I say like it's not, bro. It's rare that people get as over as Ryder got over, and I'm not saying in ring he's as good. I think he's better on the mic than Ryder. was. I don't know. I haven't watched the Matt Cardona match, but Zack Ryder, I think LA Knight is better than Zack Ryder. But LA Knight, I can't imagine a world within the next 2 years where he's the champion. I just can't, because like I said, Gunther is up for a championship. I see Gunther winning it before him. I think Drew gets one before him. I think Cody gets one before him. I think Damian Priest gets one before him. And then Braun Breaker's going to come on the main roster. Who knows if CM Punk is coming. Like, if CM Punk may be. There's also, I think Roman Reigns will definitely have one more title reign before he's gone. Brock Lesnar's already said that's 8 people I could imagine having a. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't know.
I don't know. LA Knight, to me, he got over with the crowd, and there's always been anomalies in the wrestling. Like we can like The Rock. The Rock wasn't always The Rock. Back then, he was Rocky Maivia back in his first run, and it failed because they were trying to push him kind of like how they were trying to do with Roman Reigns with the Rocket, and he didn't get over with the crowd as one of them. The Stone Cold Steve Austin before Stone Cold Steve Austin was Stone Cold
People
Steve
forget
Austin,
this about Stone Cold Steve Austin though. He got really lucky because he don't win a King of the Ring if the curtain call doesn't happen.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Oh yeah, like I don't know. I don't think Randy Orton's winning a championship anytime soon. But
I don't see Randy Orton as maybe as a belt holder just to for the chase.
Yeah.
Like he does something to Cody. Let's say Cody wins the belt, and then Cody all of a sudden loses the belt, and then he has to chase it, and then Randy Orton has the belt, and he has to chase it from Randy, and Randy's ducking him and doesn't want to give him the rematch, something like that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't see him as yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Orton is he's in that Undertaker range where it's he's bigger than the championship. Like just feuding with him is a big deal. So he's straight. He's straight. He don't need another. I think the only reason isn't he tied with John Cena, or is he one behind him?
I have no idea, dude. That's a chat question. I ain't really.
He was killing it in ECW before WWE though. Who? He was killing. Oh yeah, but I'm saying he was the ringmaster though for a minute. He wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin. John 3:16 says, "I just kicked your ass." We don't get that. We don't get that promo if Triple H doesn't get buried because of the curtain call.
Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin, before he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, before he was the ringleader, he was doing a Hulk Hogan thing in ECW, I remember. And then before ECW, he was in WCW with a full set of hair, and he was going by Stunning Steve Austin, and he was doing the tag teaming with Brian Pillman. And then before that, he was wrestling in Memphis. He was wrestling in the Texas territory when it was dying. He even met the Undertaker before he was Undertaker. He was Mean Mark Callis.
Right.
So he was already known as a good technical worker.
Randy Orton only got 13? Ain't no way. 15? He's a 15 world champ. But what I'm saying, yeah, he was a big deal. Don't get me wrong, but how many guys were big deals outside of WWE and then they came to WWE and WWE just fumbled them? Yeah, he is a genius. You're telling me stuff that I don't even know. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm trying to think of a person that got the fumble bag. You could say
Finn Balor got fumbled.
Yeah, Prince. I mean, yeah, that's more more for around you were watching WWE for sure. Yeah, he got fumbled.
Kenta, Shinsuke, DDP, Sting.
Oh, DDP. There you go. They could have done something with DDP. Goldberg, early on Goldberg, they could have done.
Yeah, they definitely fumbled. They definitely fumbled. They fumbled Booker. They fumbled. Oh yeah, they fumbled so many people who got big outside of WWE. Is
Owen Hart's a big one.
oh yeah. Well, fumble
With the
is
whole.
a very poor choice of words with Owen. God
Oh,
rest
I'm
his
not
soul.
talking about like.
I know, bro. I
I'm
know.
not.
It's just
I'm not talking about that incident.
it's
Yeah, I was
it's
talking
a.
about like in.
You think they fumbled to
Yeah.
Jerry? Did they fumble to Jerry? Growing up, I always thought he was a comedy character. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how I pictured Tajiri. I mean, Tajiri was like, he's like a like I always thought Tajiri was a mid card guy, not really like a main eventer.
I mean, AEW
Like,
isn't really
give
the
him yeah.
AEW isn't really uh
Uh, you could argue that Cody Rhodes was a big fumble, but I felt like Cody Rhodes leaving WWE and then coming back was the best decision he ever made.
well, I'm saying like people who got big outside of WWE. Oh, you saying they fumbled Cody Rhodes now?
Like, yeah, well, I mean, like
I think
didn't
they.
you do the whole?
I
Didn't
ain't
they do
gonna
the whole
lie.
like people dashing Cody Rhodes thing?
Oh well, yeah. I'm saying like they were like super big
Oh no.
outside of WWE and then came in to WWE and like WWE just ruined them. Like
Oh,
Shinsuke,
Terry Funk.
Terry Funk. Hmm.
Yeah, Terry Funk came in with Texas.
Shinsuke,
The whole thing
Asuka,
with Terry
maybe.
Funk,
No.
Oscar maybe. Yeah,
Eh.
she already had the hype. I mean, I wouldn't say she was fumbled. I mean, she had a lot of people. She was over with WWE, and they put her with what the Kabuki thing. That was pretty over, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sin Cara. Ooh, that is perfect. Sin Cara is a perfect example. Mystico.
I heard about Sin Cara. I heard like he was a hard to deal with backstage. Like he really thought he was like bigger deal than what he was.
Yeah. Who else? CM Punk. You could argue CM Punk. You can't argue CM Punk. They definitely fumbled CM Punk.
Yeah, I didn't want to. That was one of the the obvious ones. I didn't really want to
Yeah.
bring that one up, but yeah, for sure, that's one.
Definitely fumbled Sting. That it's crazy
Oh yeah,
cause Sting stayed away from WWE because he knew like how they treated WCW guys, and then he finally came in and they did him
and they
exactly.
treated him like another WCW guy.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
Uh,
that's crazy.
who
Yeah,
was one more? Austin Aries. Did they fumble Austin Aries? You know who Austin Aries is?
I didn't even know he went to the WWE.
Yeah, he was in WWE for like a solid year or so.
I always thought he was in.
I would.
Kurt Angle. I guess you could argue that they
Eh,
kind of
I
like.
mean, he was kind of made in WWE though, so.
Yeah, but then that whole issue that happened, and they never fixed their relationship, and he ended up being a big thing in TNA, and then NJPW wrestling Brock
Uh,
Lesnar,
that wasn't
stuff
Kurt
like
Angle
that.
though. That was Perk Angle. That's different.
See, I want to take Kurt's word, and he said that he never did wrestle like under the influence of Perks while in the matches, and he felt like disrespected whenever like people say that,
Oh,
like
for
for
real?
calling him Kurt
Damn.
Angle. And,
Damn.
yeah,
Okay.
so
All
that's
right. I'll
why I
stop
never
saying that
like.
then.
That's why I never say that.
Oh, okay.
He
All
takes
right.
he takes that offensively, like people call him Perk Angle because he wrestled while under Perks when he says that he never did. But I
Okay.
don't know. At the time, he was an addict, so it's hard to say. But I mean, now he's clean, so maybe with his clear mind, he can say that he never did. But
Yeah. Kurt Angle's
that,
one of those
yeah,
dudes who like I'll never say a bad word about. So if he say like he wasn't, I'll stop. Like that's my guy. Um,
yeah.
who
Dang,
came
dude,
in
who was
as a big deal? I want one more good one, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I know I've been saying I'm gonna get out of here for like an hour now, but who was one good one that came in WWE white hot and they just fumbled? We already said Kenta. We already said Shinsuke. Kari Singh maybe. Mia Yim. Keith Lee. I don't know if they necessarily. I know they fucked up with Keith Lee, but he also had a lot of health concerns and stuff.
Yeah, I think also the fact that I think a lot of the issues were like Vince wasn't really sold on Keith Lee when he came to the main roster. That was the problem.
It's
Because Vince is
crazy
like
though,
one of those
cause
guys
there
that
was
he
like a
doesn't like the
video of
guy.
him. There was like a video of him like praising Keith Lee, like, bro, you're gonna be the biggest thing. Like, damn, like, where the switch up come from? Um,
Yeah, I
maybe
think of a good one.
maybe Ken Shamrock. Does that count as one? I don't think they fumbled Adam Cole. I don't think they fumbled Adam Cole.
Ken
Scott
Shamrock is a good.
Steiner.
That's a good argument.
Scott Steiner. I think was it Scott Steiner just dealing with a lot of health issues or something? Like he couldn't take a bump.
He just no, he had a lot of heat backstage with Triple H.
I thought he couldn't like during that feud with Triple H. He could, during that feud, yeah, he was hurt. That's what. Yeah, like he couldn't take a bump in that match against Triple H. So it was like a really bad feud.
Yeah, yeah, that and there was like also like talk that like there's a lot of heat between him and Triple H, and then he said something about like
Oh yeah.
because I think at the time Triple H was dating Stephanie, but he said something about like kind of like nasty about like Stephanie, and that kind of pissed off Vince because Vince already. Oh, he said something that like Randy, something to do with Randy Savage and Stephanie or whatever, and Vince McMahon already didn't doesn't like Randy Savage because he took the whole uh, Slim Jim deal with him to WCW. So that automatically put him in like, nah, I don't fuck with you no more kind of like
That
relationship.
that's not the only reason why. You know the rumors.
Yeah.
You heard about them?
No, I haven't.
It's a rumor that Randy Savage, like, here goes my WWE career. There's a rumor that Randy's.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
talking about?
Okay, I know which one you're talking about.
Okay, I won't
Yeah.
say it then. Fuck it, I won't say it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's crazy that Randy Savage isn't in the Hall of Fame. They say it's some good ones. There was one that I seen. Where did it go? Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is perfect.
Oh, he was definitely a fumble.
They fumbled the fuck out of Samoa Joe. They almost fumbled Brock
Yeah,
Lesnar for real.
I went back to watch his like main roster run. His promos were cut. Like he was cutting deep.
Yeah.
Like he
If
was
you
cut. Like
if
he
you
cut deep on.
it's actually a meme how much people bring it up.
Yeah. Like the whole
Jeff Hardy.
like he was cutting deep on Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles,
The
Roman Reigns.
2008 roster was stacked, bro. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but I don't really like. Yeah, I only I use it just to like keep up on news feeds. I don't really post anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like an
Yeah, I
ongoing.
just like.
It's like an ongoing thing. But I gotta get off of here. It's like 12:50.
Yo, I got you cheap.
Hey, you got any last thing you want to say, man? the
Nah, man. So I appreciate it. This was a pretty good chat, and I was thinking there was gonna be more people or something.
Yeah, man. I guess I can't get mad though because I didn't start this till like 10 on a
Yeah,
Thursday. It's like a work night, and
yeah.
yeah, I maybe it'd be better like if I'm going camping Saturday and Friday,
Yeah.
and then I'll clickbait some CM Punk in this. So you
Yeah.
definitely do
If
gotta,
you ever want to,
huh?
yeah. I was gonna say like if you ever do want to do like these voice chats randomly again, I'm always around because I'm always up at night doing night shift, so it's all good.
All right, bet we gotta. I'm thinking about moving to Twitch so we can like watch matches, like so we can all watch matches together and stuff. I know KC be sending a lot of matches in, and um, I want to watch some matches with you guys. So especially Hart because he apparently loves everything AEW does. But
See, I don't believe that, but
he might be trolling, bro.
I
I
don't
don't
believe
know. Huh? You don't believe
like
what?
I can't I don't bel I can't believe that there's someone that can say that they're like everything about AEW is a good product.
Well, he doesn't even defend it. He just whenever we say something bad about AEW, like, well, the Fed, WWE, y'all dick riding. Like, all right, bro. I love him, but I hate him.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely out there. Like him and Ashton, those two are like the two ones that are out there like
Though
that.
they are
Really interesting.
professional haters, especially Ashton. When CM Punk returns at Survivor Series, I am adding Ashton like that second, bro. As soon as the
Oh,
first lyrics of Cult of Personality come on, I am adding Ashton because he is such a hater, bro. And I'm looking at his
dude, it's
profile
so
picture
crazy
right now.
right now.
I'm looking at his profile
Dude, it's
picture
so
right now. He
crazy
got
right now.
the devil mask.
It's
But
so crazy right now to be a wrestling fan. Like the big thing, Survivor Series. Like
yeah.
CM Punk might be there, or he might not be there. Who knows? That is crazy.
Who's more committed, CM Punk? Not CM Punk. Who's more committed, AEW fans or Will Smith? That's a great question. But all right, I gotta get off of here, man. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. KC, we got beef, bro. Did you see what KC said, man? He was hating in the Discord.
No, I did not, but I'll definitely look at it later.
Yeah, go look at the. I can't even repeat it, man. KC broke my heart, bro. That was my guy. That was my guy. He's an
Oh
EVP though,
no.
so I'm thinking about stripping him from his EVP tag. But I appreciate everybody who's in here, bro. We got to do this again next time. Hopefully, we could watch some matches or something, and you could get me hip to
Yeah,
more
yeah, for sure,
history.
for sure.
I appreciate you for sure, bro. You said there ain't nothing you want to say. You be
Nah.
safe though, bro.
Yeah, you too, bud.
And everybody in the chat, if you still in here, I really fuck with you. Like the video on the way out. Yeah, Casey, man. I don't know about you, bro. But yeah, y'all have a good night. I'll check in with y'all. I'll try to check in with y'all Friday, Saturday. I'm a be camping, like I said, so I'll try to check in. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Make somebody smile today because it is the next day now. Make somebody smile today. Sub to Act, sub to me, sub to everybody.